I had to describe the Argentina I grew up in to my daughter, it would be happy. Just, it's innocent. The way life is different. What people do is different. People's priorities. Basically, it's a different type of life. Something that, if it wasn't for what happened, it would have been nice to grow up in.
It seems like a really family-oriented kind of place and community-oriented, just that people have big families, you could have large families, and everyone kind of gets along. It kind of reminds me of what people say the 50s were like in America, but nobody ever mentions like the racism and like the fact that there was still like a lot of poverty and stuff, you know. Just people remember being happy, which I guess is like the good part, that people that talk about Argentina remember being happy and maybe don't remember all of the bad stuff that happened, or there's like a whole background missing.
Sometimes I feel like he would like to see what his life could have been if they would have stayed there. Watching Leo watch those tapes, seeing his uncle in the videos, the one who passed away, and seeing that he was the one who sang, who made a lot of jokes, who joined people, it was hard to watch at the same time. It was hard to watch because I saw the sadness in his face. I saw the sadness of wishing they were back.
I think you can mythify a place as part of your childhood. You can mythify lots of stuff from your childhood. The tapes are part of a myth of Argentina, but it's part of like a really happy moment that happened there. So it's kind of weird because it's real, but like not everything's like that. Just like so many of the things you remember when you're young, but they create part of who you are. That's what a myth is, you know. It's kind of like your story of origins. So whether it's real or not, or part real or part not real, it's still a huge part of who you are and who you become.
There's one scene in the videos where they just focus on his uncle playing and singing, and you could just see it there. You could just see it there when, you know, you could tell that everybody misses him and they wish they were there again.
And basically by just seeing the way things were and how people just don't care. You know, they just don't care like what they live in. Like the life is different. Their state of mind is different. They'd much rather have a $60 shirt than spend $30 on a light bulb and have Christmas lights hanging around the house for light. And just, I think their mentality is totally out of whack.
As far as Lucas, like Julie's baby is concerned, I mean, he's not, I guess what I would consider, like off the top of my head, really, really dark. Just, he's dark, except it seems to Argentines, he's really dark. But it just, I mean, Julie said that when she took him to Argentina, it was like, he stood out a lot, which, I mean, like, I don't know what the whole culture thing is in Argentina, but I've just heard that there's racism against darker people, and that darkness line is pretty light compared to the darkness line that I've become accustomed to. And just, I guess, coming from Puerto Rican background where there's all sorts of shades, he didn't come across as dark, he just came across as Argentine. Like, he didn't come across with a color, he came across with a background. And it just seems kind of strange that, I guess, like, even though he's part of your culture and part of your family, he's not really supposed to be because he's dark. That seems kind of not right. It seems kind of strange that that people can be so family oriented and so happy for one another until like there's a really minor detail that comes out, like the kid's dark. It's like, okay. Like the kid could have been born, I don't know, like the Antichrist or something really bad, but like the only thing he did was dark and it wasn't even his fault. So how could you hold that against him?